opinions expressed on the Matt MacDonald Show are just that, opinions. They do not necessarily represent KMSA or Colorado Mesa University.
Matt MacDonald.
Good afternoon, Mesa County, America. You are listening to the Matt MacDonald Show on 91.3 FM KMSA.
It is 3 o'clock. We are on time.
It is. Look at that. Against all odds. Against all odds, Nick.
Welcome to the Matt MacDonald Show, Mesa County.
Is this like, what? Careful Whisper? Or what's that song?
Careful Whisper. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was alive for too long in the 80s, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyhow, Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing. It's good to be here,
Doing?
Matt.
Yeah. Things were kind of rushed here.
Whew. Yeah,
well,
that
was hectic.
That was very hectic.
That was hectic. We had to get the camera set up. And then,
We're good now, though.
But we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're ready to roll. Hey, Nick, I sent you a bunch of stuff. Do you have it pulled up?
I sure do. I have everything ready.
Oh, look at you.
Bam.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You really are.
Oh.
So I think the best thing to start with here, because this seems to be an ongoing common thread throughout Matt MacDonald lore and canon, the Satanic Temple. They keep popping up.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on, give Satan a break, guys.
Seriously.
Right?
I mean, this guy's busy enough as it is. He doesn't need all this bad PR. So we're going to go ahead. And, Throng, if you'll remember, we have talked a few times about the Satanic Temple wanting to erect a statue for children to sit on the court, by the courthouse.
Yeah, it was by the, yeah.
Yeah, and there's been some issues with that, and in seeing this statue, it's just fabulous.
It's
like
beautiful.
Pan's Labyrinth.
It is, totally, yeah.
But not quite as creepy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's pretty muscular.
It is pretty muscular.
Look at the vein in his
What is that
shoulder.
called? A Baphomet, I believe?
Yeah, Baphomet. Very good, Nick.
Hey, thank you.
Good use of vocabulary.
Thank you.
And retention. So this story, Tuesday, September 16th, it's an old one, but it is good enough for me. The Satanic Temple's hilarious response to a pro-religion court ruling. Oh, Throng. This is a big moment in history for goat lovers everywhere.
Yeah. I love that it's in Orange County, Florida.
I do too.
You know,
of course, Florida.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you, Florida.
This is how we start off the show.
It always is. It's something from Florida, right? So last month, a judge ruled that religious pamphlets could be distributed in a school district in Orange County, Florida, according to Raw Story. In the wake of this ruling, the Satanic Temple is handing out its own religious literature to Orange County schools. It's titled The Satanic Children's Big Book of Activities.
Oh, boy.
This is great. So, I mean, this thing sounds like a devil-worshipping color book.
It's a coloring book for hell and Satan.
Hell, that's kind of my thing. The biggest confusing thing for me and getting getting Satanism to have a mass appeal is how do you separate Satan from hell?
That's a good question, Matt.
Where does he live in Satanism? Maybe we'll need to talk to somebody about that.
Maybe,
because I'm not real sure how that works.
Because we generally associate Jesus with heaven.
Well, right, but you have to figure, if you're worshiping Satan, that maybe heaven and hell have kind of been thrown to the side, and I don't know. We'll need to ask a resident expert.
Yeah, we need to ask
if we
somebody.
have one. So. The judge ruled that if Christian materials, Bibles and other literature, were allowed to be disseminated, atheist literature should be allowed as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and that's good, but to be clear, this isn't really atheism.
Correct. It is not.
This is acknowledging that Satan is the something.
Is the guy, right? The guy.
Right. So the Satanic Temple, which was able to petition for a goat-headed statue in Oklahoma, the Baphomet, as you so wisely noted. I mean, that is impressive, Nick. With all the things you have to remember, I'm amazed.
Hey, thanks.
Just amazed. Satanic Temple spokesman, Lucian Greaves. Of course he has... What a vampire name. Lucian.
Lucian Greaves.
Lucian Greaves. I want to be called Raven.
He's got a little blood dripping off his chin.
Oh, he does. Yeah. So... Quoting Lucian Greaves here, the organization would never seek to establish a precedent of disseminating our religious materials in public schools because we believe our constitutional values are better served by respecting a strong separation of church and state. Bam. some logic, some reason,
some critical analysis
from Lucian Greaves. I mean, and this is sound wisdom. This guy is clearly, if nothing else, a good public speaker and well educated.
There you go. Yeah.
So going on, Lucian says, however, if a public school board is going to allow religious pamphlets and full Bibles to be distributed to students, as is the case in Orange County, Florida, we think the responsible thing to do is to ensure that these students are given access to a variety of differing religious opinions, as opposed to standing idly by while one religious voice dominates the discourse and delivers propaganda to youth.
Cool. Well stated, I say.
Well stated. However, the propaganda thing makes it sound like he wants to hand out propaganda.
That's true.
Which, again, would be baseless. Okay. But Greaves also explains that it is a good opportunity for children to learn about and be exposed to other religions.
A.K.A. Satan.
Right. This is a good opportunity for us
right?
to wedge some Satan into your kiddo's life.
Yeah.
Okay, so quoting him again, I am quite certain that all of the children in these Florida schools are already aware of the Christian religion and its Bible, Greaves told Raw Story, and this might be the first exposure these children have had to the actual practice of Satanism, you think?
Yeah, right.
I'd be willing to bet you're probably right, Mr. Greaves.
Yeah.
We think many students will be very curious to see what we offer. I'm sure that I can tell you that there's no doubt in my mind that I am curious to see what you have to offer, Lucian. This ought to be great.
I mean, you already got the coloring book. I was hooked at that. So.
You know, I'm just glad it's not scratch and sniff. Oh, okay, so here's an update. The workbook, which can be found... Ooh, Nick.
I'm going to click on this.
Why don't you do that? Has word puzzles, games, and short blurbs, including... Oh, here we go. Here's a quote from the oh, boy. Okay. Whopper is big and sometimes scary because he has trouble saying what's on his mind. Help Damien and Annabelle use their patience and open-mindedness to decipher what he wants to say.
So I don't know if this link is broken or what.
I would imagine
I can get it to
that
open
just
up.
because they can hand it out in Florida doesn't mean it's suitable for the internet.
Right.
Again, Florida, thanks for being... Wow. So we're not going to be able to see this.
I'll see if I can pull it up. Let's.
And that's fine. I mean, really, it's not something our listeners can see.
That's
so
true. That's
I don't feel too bad about that. So there it is. You know, the Church of Satan offering a fresh look at our constitutional beliefs and values.
Change
and
of
rights.
Perspective. Because we know it's good for the students.
Well, yes, and change of perspective is a hot topic.
It sure is.
This week. Now look at the pic. Okay, now there is a picture. Oh,
wow, okay.
I can tell you, Throng, that if you are looking for something that's entertaining, look no further than the
SatanicTemple.com has an activity book.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, this is just...
This is hilarious.
Like, my inner
it's
child
a huge
is
visual
telling me
component to this,
that this is wrong, but I think that it might be okay. I don't know about exiting to that winged book.
Damien and Cerberus are trying to navigate this dank, dark labyrinth to find the fabled
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Wow!
Can you use your crayon to show them the way? Geez!
I might just have to print one of these out.
Hey, look at Cerberus. He's all cute and cartoony.
Missing his other two heads as well.
Oh, and decode the message. I don't know how long this is gonna fly. Yeah, Throng, I gotta be honest with you. It's well thought out, but the execution is pretty much what you would expect from the Church of Satan. This is not gonna... Your parents are not gonna let you have this, kids.
Anyway, it's funny. This is hilarious.
This is absolutely hilarious. I think we need to print this out and distribute it on campus.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's what I think. I mean, I think that's in the better interest of the students in offering a more robust experience here at KMSA.
Okay.
Because that's an important thing, Nick.
It sure is.
So, and Throng, you'll be hearing you'll be hearing robust a lot. I think I'll be saying that a lot today. So, be prepared for that. So let's move on. Nick, from goats, let's just go on and get to another hoofed creature that has been absolutely terrorizing Sweden of all countries.
The moose.
The moose.
The drunk moose, more specifically.
The drunken moose. Throng, you heard that right.
That's a great bar name.
You know, it is. There was a beer that I used...
Cliche, but...
When I was drinking, there was a beer that I really liked called Moose Drool. I know you almost spit Gatorade all over the place.
I did. You're going to make me choke over here.
No, it was terrific. It would not make you choke. It's very good dark beer.
Okay.
I'll put that out there.
Huh.
So here we go. I kind of expected this from Florida, but I guess moose aren't prevalent in Florida. So from HuffPost, drunk moose terrorizing Sweden, probably not even drunk. Scientist.
What a lead.
What a lead indeed. We really believed in you, drunk moose. Year after year, the American media is bombarded with tales of moose throughout Sweden becoming hilariously intoxicated from eating the apples that have fallen to the ground and become rotten and fermented. These antlered creatures have been known to get tangled in swing sets, stuck in trees, and become generally fearless. You know what? If you're a moose, you probably ought to be generally fearless anyway, because you're pretty big.
Angry orchards.
Angry orchards indeed. But moose can't use being drunk as an excuse anymore. Go home, moose, you're drunk. Professor Peter Gjellander, I murdered that.
That's okay, it's Swedish.
Petter, and his name's Petter. That's kind of perverted.
Professor Petter. We'll just call him Petter of Drunk Moose.
Petter of professors. Expert on wild animals at the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences told Swedish Radio Science News that moose, oh boy, which typically weigh between 450 and 1,200 pounds, are just way too big to actually get drunk on a realistic amount of fermented apples. And I'm being updated here on the Mesa here in western Colorado. Deer and elk get drunk as well on fruit trees.
Do they?
This coming from Alex Mention of Special Mention and the editor, my editor at the Kite. He's telling me that. So
okay.
I believe him. Okay. So these moose would have to eat a lot of apples, apparently.
Are you sure that was Mention that sent you that?
You know what? It may have been Stoggs. Oh, Stoggs. Stoggs, my bust.
I like the text.
Alex
on
Stoggs
the Mesa, deer and elk get drunk as well on fruit trees.
It sounds like it ought to be a song.
Well, the ironic thing here is that Stoggs is a really big guy.
So he's kind of a moose.
He's kind of a moose.
How many apples?
And if he can get...
You know what? How many apples does it take Alex Stoggsdale to get drunk and stuck in a swing set? That's what I want to know, Stoggs. And I do apologize, Alex. You are a longtime listener and deserve better. However, better is not what you got today when I confused you with my print editor. So... The Matt MacDonald is wrong, and I won't be saying that again. So, back to Petter. Yeah, so he also said that he and his colleagues have never seen any actual evidence of high blood alcohol content in a moose.
Okay. And
hypothesized that the animal's behavior is interpreted as drunk when they are actually just acting aggressive to protect their fruit stash. So, moose are jerks.
I would not want to give a moose.
A moose? That was great.
A breathalyzer.
Well,
you imagine that?
I mean, really, when you got to pull them over on Labor Day, yeah, they're huge. And they're nasty beasts.
Yeah, moots are nasty.
Oh, moose, get it together.
Yeah,
stop while you are not ahead. So, drunk moose. Wow. So, Nick, I don't even know what to do with this, but parents of Colorado, you may want to take your kids in for a checkup. This coming from CBS News. Virus investigated after Colorado kids develop paralysis.
Whoa.
This is a pretty serious story. This is pretty Now, these cases occurred in Aurora, I believe.
Okay.
Which...
proximity-wise, that's close to us, Matt.
It is.
And this is 9 cases, so this has some merit to it for sure.
This does. So, coming from New York, which I don't know why, health officials are investigating 9 cases of muscle weakness or paralysis in Colorado children and whether the culprit might be a virus causing severe respiratory illness across the country.
Cough, cough.
Ooh, let me cough. Hold on.
No.
I could be a child. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Friday sent doctors an alert about the polio-like cases and said the germ, enterovirus 68, was detected in 4 out of 8 of the sick children who had a certain medical test. The status of the 9th case is unclear. The virus can cause paralysis, but other germs can too. Health officials don't know whether the virus caused any of the children's arm and leg weaknesses or whether it's just Xbox One. I made that up. You like that?
I was like, what? Yeah.
What? Oh, that's not in there.
It's funny, too. Stoggs just got one. So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Connect.
Yeah.
See the connection?
Yeah.
Connect?
Yeah. Hey, look at the time.
Oh, boy. Look at the time. This is the first break that we take on the Matt MacDonald Show.